First quarter from Waverley, the Saints and the Hawkers. Hawthorn 4-6-1 draw so far. A draw last week against the Western Bulldogs. They'd love to get the 4 points here this afternoon and break their duck at home during season 1999. Knowles has got it for St Kilda. Knowles at right centre wing. Very potent St Kilda forward line, and it dribbles through for one behind. Very nearly the first full pointer of the day. And so the Saints on the scoreboard very quickly in the opening term.
Yeah, and you spoke about the importance of the St Kilda forward line, Pete. Graham's picking up Stewie Lowe at centre half back. Also, Hayes got the job on Heatley at full back. And Trent Crowe's actually gone to big bustling Bazza.
So Jonathan Hay, who Mick just mentioned, bringing it to half back with a long kick. Lowe is there. He's got a few to beat. Got a good mark to Crowe. Put himself in front. He had support from Salmon. This is Daniel Harford. Kicks to the centre. That's a poor kick. He's kicked it straight to Peckett. Peckett to Young. Young, the chip passes an ordinary kick down towards Heatley. Oh, here's danger. Heatley gives it off to Young from half back. Young goes for goal and kicks a great goal. First blood to the Saints.
Yeah, and what an important player Matthew Young is to this St Kilda team. He certainly is the rebounding half-back flanker. Does charge out of that part of the ground with monotonous regularity. There's Peckett. That's a terrific kick. Didn't actually find the target, but it was still the advantage of the forward in Heatley. He followed up the poor disposal to receive the handball from Heatley and kick an easy shot for goal. That's terrific play there from Matthew Young and also from St Kilda's point of view.
Matthew Young makes a point against his old side. He's averaging over 21 disposals so far during the course of the season, and what a beauty to start his day. Harford kicks up to half forward again. Poor disposal. No, it's not. The Hawks have got it. Now Lord. As Mick said, he kicked 6 when these two sides last met, but he too is off target and registers just one behind. So both sides opening with a behind. The Saints following up pretty quickly with a Matthew Young goal.
Yeah, we've actually got our wish too, Pete. We've seen the two best athletes in the competition in terms of endurance running, that being Shane Crawford and Robert Harvey, matched up against each other.
Burke from Jones to Francis. Back to Burke. Burke again. Takes it from Brown. Oh, that was pretty solid on centre wing. Hawthorn player is down.
Yeah, that was Peter Everett just in a shepherd. There's Anthony Rock on the ground. There wasn't anything illegal in terms of what Peter Everett did. He just done the team thing. He ran across the line knowing that Burke was getting the ball out of the danger zone. Good play, Everett, to support your teammate in the run through. Good courage there by Rock to run straight at the player and trying to harass.
Harvey and Crawford do battle. An enthralling contest. That's going to be right throughout the day. Rock, as you can see in top left of screen, being asked a question there by Barry Gavin, the Hawthorn physio, if he's okay. I think he should be able to come back. He's pretty tough.
Peter, he got hit pretty hard though. He's a little bit dazed. I just saw the incident in front of me. Just didn't look around to see who was coming.
Centre wing, Lowe taking on Salmon, Crawford and Harvey. Crawford with first blood. He grabs it. He's caught. Loses the ball in the tackle. Oh, here's Tony Francis on the left foot, putting it back in the direction of Heatley. Harvey is there. Now Woods. Woods is caught. Didn't have any chance of getting rid of it. Thompson to McLaren. Oh, it's tough in the clinches there. As grabbing it for the Saints here was Gavin Mitchell. And the umpire will come in and bounce it.
Yeah, and this is just the opening that we'd expected. Very important game for two sides that are actually trying to make and cement their spot in the final 8. Hawthorn, of course, have to win this game to keep their finals aspirations alive. St Kilda are cementing their spot in the top 3 or 4.
Jonathan Hay, that's good play. Lowe did the ruck work for the Saints, and Jonathan Hay helps on its way. Now, there's Anthony Rock. He's pretty tough, and well, he's all right now, Mick.
He's okay, Peter. Sorry, Mick, but he's okay. He's just a little bit dazed, just a bit shell-shocked, but they assure me that he'll be back on later.
Well, let's hope so for Hawthorn's sake. Anthony Rock, one of the veterans in the side, former North Melbourne player. Hall in front. Low punches to the front. Doesn't clear the zone. Chance for the Hawks to draw it away now. Taylor takes the hand pass. It came from Graham up towards right half forward. That's better disposal for the Hawks if they can get it moving through Holland. He's gone in short. And it gave plenty of opportunity there to Harvey. Crawford had to stand and wait for the football. Would have been a difficult one anyway. Was coming over his right shoulder. And really a very difficult one to mark as it turned out.
Yeah, and you spoke about that word opportunity, Pete. That's exactly what the kick gave Harvey did to spoil. It was a poorly weighted kick. Wasn't to the advantage of Crawford. And that's the reason why Harvey got to the contest and spoiled.
Peckett. Knowles, who got the first kick of the game, dangerously across goal. Mark taken by Brown. Tony Brown short of centre half back. Looks for Hodgson. Finds him. Now Aussie Jones. Jones down towards Mitchell at right half forward. McCabe was there. Mitchell does best. Gives it to Barry Hall. He's wrapped up in the tackle. David Howard says holding the footy. So free kick to the Hawkers at left half back. They trailed by 7 points.
Yeah, it's very sudden death, that decision. Trent Crode at half back. And he's got enormous pace, so he'll certainly go with Hall on the lead. Centre wing, punched away by Crummell. Disciplined play. Young caught, and this will be a bounce. Good umpiring. And, of course, Matthew Young, a former Hawk himself, Mick.
Yeah, well, he'd naturally want to do well against his old side, but it's also interesting to watch two former teammates, Joel Smith and Aussie Jones. They're playing alongside each other, and they're good mates at that, so it'll be interesting to see who wants to take the will up to the other opposition player. But Joel Smith's gone to full forward. Aussie Jones is in a foreign part of the ground playing at full back at this stage.
Oh, that was Carr getting it down to Graham, then Graham to Salmon. That's a poor hand pass. Centre of the ground, McCabe. He was crunched. Salmon, the advantage paid here. Dixon races onto the left foot, a raking left foot kick in towards the half-forward line. Well done by Everett. Just getting the boos of the Hawthorn supporters. That's Nathan Burke to Tony Brown. Brown goes short, and there the big hands of Stewie Lowe. Finds Max Hodgson. Look at the running of the Saints. This is Tony Brown. He gives it off to Hall. What will he do, Barry Hall? He didn't give it back. He went to chip pass, and he has found Heatley, and they couldn't have a better man kicking for goal than this fella.
Yeah, terrific technician of the drop punt. He's very balanced in his approach for goal, and that's the key when you are kicking anywhere on the ground. You have to be balanced first. Naturally, you have to drop the ball straight down the right leg, and then, of course, you've got to follow through the appropriate manner to get the journey. But Heatley does all those three prerequisites in kicking for goal.
Well, I think he's the best kick for goal in the competition. Let's see if I've mozzed him, as he's directly in front from 55 metres, and I have mozzed him. He's out to the right. That's a difficult kick from 55 metres out. It's a long way, as we'll now have a look at the Hawthorn bench. Couchy.
Jonathan Robram, Nathan Thompson, Richard Vandenberg and Anthony Rock.
Remind me not to back any of your tips. Thank you, Peter.
And just while there's a lull in play too, Pete, it's very important to mention today the Hawthorn and St Kilda footy clubs have recognised the Victorian Police Blue Ribbon Foundation, which was established to perpetuate the memories of police officers killed on duty. That, of course, being Gary Silk and Rodney Miller. There's a medal for the best player from each side today from St Kilda and also Hawthorn.
Thanks, Mick. Well, Joe McLaren, who took the mark, might be in line for that. Barry Hall gave Salmon a little bit of a nudge. Mitchell loves these close to goal. Snaps, gets it. St Kilda second.
Yeah, terrific crumbing goal from Gavin Mitchell. That's one important role he has to do today, to give the St Kilda forward line a little bit of speed around this pack situation, knowing that Hall and also Lowy and Heatley will be in the vicinity of the marking contest. At times Everett will also push forward, but Mitchell certainly has to be there to be a crummy goal kicker for the St Kilda team.
Well, some good signs for the Saints at the moment. They've had 5 shots to 1. Hawthorn have gone forward a couple of times, but falling down across that half-forward line. Here's Brown. Should have given it to Harvey. Brown kicked out wide. Richard Taylor made good ground onto the left foot. Oh, poor kick. He was on his non-preferred side. He's kicked straight to Nathan Burke. And this Saints defence is pretty good. Now he's going to kick across the ground to Harvey. Now Harvey's off and running. Oh, that was a good decision not to go wide. Francis, he's looking to give it off. Now he's going to kick it short, and he finds Carr. He might go for Harvey here. Here he goes, the Rolls Royce. He brings it down to the half-forward line. That's a beautiful kick to Hall. Great kick from Harvey. Now this could be 50 metres if they're not careful. No, he's off. Hall, that's a great kick by Hall, and a good lead by Peckett.
Yeah, Peckett's another player that actually